Guess we're here to talk about Venom.
Yeah.
So, Venom was probably the superhero film that I've least looked forward to in the last 10 years, maybe 5. I was so excited after that first trailer. I thought it looked fantastic. I was like, people were like, maybe we're going to get like 5 minutes of Venom, which is not the case. We got quite a bit of Venom.
Yeah, we did.
But I loved the look of it. It seemed dark, a real like project Tom Hardy is known for, a real character piece. It looked like it'd be a lot of mental back and forth, which we do get. But there's a lot of problems with this movie, you know?
Yeah.
I understand. There's fun to be had, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the worst movie of the year or anything like that. But there's too many problems for me to confidently recommend this film. And I don't want to say, I still think a lot of people should see it. It's fun at points. But for me, there's just too many small things that can't be missed for me to really enjoy the film.
And well, there's some
huge
we'll
things.
get into that, but yeah.
So Venom, directed by Ruben Fleischer. He did some great films. He did Zombieland, which I think is fantastic. It's better with every watch. He also did what did he do?
Yeah, like 30 minutes or less.
30 minutes or less.
It's
Gangster Squad is terrible. That movie is awful. It has one of the best casts put together in recent years. Did not pan out well. He's done a lot of, I don't know, in between stuff. He's up and down.
We got this guy.
This movie. Okay, so my one big problem, a glaring problem for me, is that they spend like the first act of the film setting up the rules of the symbiote. They set up like, it can do this, how it survives, how it doesn't. And simultaneously and moving forward, they just keep breaking the rules. They don't adhere to the own rules they set up in the film, and that seems incredibly lazy. It seems like they have all these things. They said, oh, it can work with this, it can work with this, but only like a very specific, finite. I'm not trying to ruin anything here, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but to get the symbiote to thrive on Earth, it has to have some extremely specific things happen,
Yeah.
Yet outside of the lab, it seems like it just does whatever the hell it wants. It seems like those rules don't apply anywhere else but in this lab.
Yeah.
Which is a huge problem for me. I couldn't shake it throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bright spot of this is Tom Hardy. Am I wrong?
No, it's Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's relationship with the symbiote.
It kept me interested.
Yeah.
I think that their relationship got more interesting as time went on, even though it didn't always make sense how things worked.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't always make sense how Venom traveled the world, I'll say.
Yeah.
With the hosts and all that kind of stuff didn't make sense. The script is pretty bad.
Yeah, dialogue.
And there's just the dialogue is not good. They have Michelle Williams, Riz Ahmed,
yeah, they had
Tom
talent.
Hardy. Those are all Oscar winners, Oscar nominees.
Yeah.
They're incredibly talented. Riz Ahmed had nothing to work with. He had nothing to work. Michelle Williams completely wasted.
Yeah.
Her dialogue. I mean, I get it. You see Venom get that check. I have nothing against her for taking this film, but I can't imagine she read that script and said, "Now this is something I want to sign on for," because it was it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch someone like Michelle Williams having to go through this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
Especially coming off of Manchester by the Sea, which it's her best performance in my opinion, which is not it's saying a lot because she has a list of incredible performances.
Yeah.
But another thing, and this is not really a spoiler, it's just one word. This is a Marvel film. Superman, as you know, is a DC property.
Here we go.
Someone got paid to write this script, handsomely, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They're talking about weaknesses of the symbiote, and they ask, so is that his kryptonite? Kryptonite in a Marvel movie?
They use that word.
That's incredibly lazy. I mean, it's one thing. Someone wrote that in the script. That's not an improv type line. You if you watch the movie, you can tell that that's not something they just made up on the spot. Someone let slip. That's something that's in the script. So the screenwriter had to have written that.
Mm-hmm.
The director had to have gone over it. The producers had to have gone over it. The actors had to have gone over it. The script supervisor had to have gone over it. And nobody thought, you know what? That doesn't make any sense. We're going to keep it in there. That is beyond me. I cannot even wrap my head around how you keep that. And yes, it may seem like, oh, that's one word, it's one small thing, but it's not. That just shows, to me, that shows carelessness. Yeah. That shows that they really don't know the source material that well. They don't even know what universe they're in. Yeah.
And when you mentioned careless, there was another thing, in terms of, this is the first time that it was pointed out to me that I was sort of surprised about, and it has to do with continuity. And there's some scenes. I'm not going to spoil it, but you'll spot it. There's a scene where a character has something on his shirt. They make a point. There's a point to it that he takes it off and gives it to someone. The next scene, he has it on again. Yeah. I mean, it's $100 million film. Again, we have to use the word lazy.
Like, it's lazy. How do you not
There are people
that?
For this.
People's job to make sure that the outfits fit the continuity, that their look, everything, their hair, all fits. And it just... I mean, I don't know. That's just attention to detail. And if you're not paying attention to that kind of small detail, what are you paying attention to, Also, although I liked how Venom looked a lot of the times.
Okay, yeah. Well, there was some visual effects stuff.
It's like they have $100 million here, right? Whenever his face would pop out when he wouldn't transform all the way, it looked exactly like a Snapchat filter. I mean, Snapchat probably has that filter out. I would not be surprised if you go on Snapchat right now, you go to the face filters, and it has a Venom one exactly. Put you in the movie. Yeah. Put you in the movie.
There was the...
I thought the humor that... Besides some of the humor between Venom and Eddie Brock, I think some of that interplay was really good. But besides that, it fell flat.
Because, we were talking about this for a while. The Marvel humor in this sort of context.
Yeah, you can tell that... It bothers me that... They kept this film at PG-13. Yeah. I know the director wanted R. A lot of people wanted rated R. And you watch the trailer, it looks like a rated R movie. Yeah. There's something to be said where every time... I mean, this character, he's biting people's heads off left and right. Yeah. Yet every single time he's about to do something, cut. They cut away. They don't show you. They show him going into the act, cut it. Yeah. And that gets annoying. It feels like they're being held back.
Yeah, that's the...
And I think a lot of this film felt like someone was being held back by the PG-13 rating.
Well, yeah. Speaking of being held back, we heard about Tom Hardy, and he's having a lot of improv.
He had 40 minutes of improv left on the cutting room floor. They didn't use any of it. I think that's a problem. And another thing is, a lot of the action felt very Michael Bay Transformers to me. Yeah, and that's not a compliment.
There were times where we didn't know what was really happening.
I didn't know what I was looking at. It looked like a bunch of... I don't know, putty just moving around the screen. Yeah. A lot of noise, a lot of random movements, a lot of cuts. And so, I mean, the bright spot, of course, is Eddie Brock was great. Tom Hardy did a great job, especially with what he had. Because still, even though and that's a testament to the actor that he is. Script, not good. Humor, hit and miss. Yeah. Performances, great actors, nothing to work with.
But now we have to talk about that. It made $80 million.
Domestically, worldwide, it made 205.
Yeah, there we go.
So they're getting a sequel.
They are. And, we were talking about, where were they going to go, in terms of, then...
Yeah, I don't know. They're making a Morbius movie now. Yeah. Who the hell knows who Morbius is? I mean, I know who he is.
Because we were talking about, we know who Venom is.
Yeah, everybody knows Venom. You may not know the character that well, but you know Spider-Man, you know Venom. You're familiar with the character. He looks cool. It's a pretty recognizable face, right? Yeah. You say Morbius, people are going to think you're talking about Star Trek. I mean, Morbius is a vampire. No one knows who Morbius is. If they think that because Venom succeeded, that this Morbius film will succeed just because of Venom, I'm sorry, but I think it's going to be very front heavy in box office. Yeah. I think that it's going to have a strong drop off from weekend 1 to weekend 2. Yeah. Even the people who liked it, I don't think they're going back to see it twice. Yeah. I don't think they're going back to see it 3 times.
As more people are hearing about A Star Is Born.
Yeah, A Star Is Born's going to carry on. And I mean, it's made plenty of money already. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see them launching a universe without Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Because, you introduce Venom, that's great. He's a great anti-hero. But then you start doing Morbius, different villains. They're talking about doing, what's his name? He's a hunter. Craven the hunter.
Oh yeah, we were just, yeah.
Who knows who that is? Exactly. And these characters are all connected through Spider-Man. When you don't have Spider-Man, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and it's just.
So yeah, I don't really want to keep going on this because it's kind of painful. Venom. We are going off of let's go off the Feige scale today.
Oh, okay.
How many Feiges out of 10 are you giving this movie? I will say that Rotten Tomatoes, you have to give a 6 out of 10 for it to be considered fresh. I cannot give this a fresh rating. There's just too many dumb mistakes for me to give this anything higher than a 4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think I'm settling on a 4. Kevin Feige's out of 10.
Yeah, I was about to say 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 because I enjoyed.
There's parts I enjoyed.
Yeah,
certainly. I think that give it the rated R rating. This may have been maybe a 6. I mean, with the direction and all, I can't imagine it being much higher than that, regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
But 4 out of 10.
And it doesn't give you much confidence, again, in like Sony. Like, you feel like there were more than a lot of people's hands in this.
There's a post-credit scene that made me actually even less enthused about the universe going forward. Mm-hmm. But we'll leave it at that. 4 out of 10 across the board. Go check out Venom. If you've seen it, let us know what you thought in the comments. And like and subscribe if you will. Follow us on Phantom of Movies on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us at the Phantom Podcast Network on Apple Podcasts. Finally, I got that right. Took me a second. Hit us up there. And, that's Venom. We will see you next time with another review.